Ok. Ah, esqueci de botar o volume, pera aí. Eu tinha mutado pra ver o bagulho da Ryujin lá. Opa, é aqui. É aqui, né? Candidatura. Experiência profissional. Quantos anos de experiência você tem trabalhando na posição secretário ou ambiente corporativo? Dá pra mentir. Mais de 10, mano. Quão familiarizado você é com a Ryujin Indústria e suas linhas de produtos? Conheci muito. Qual é a sua proficiência em computadores em relação à digitação e gerenciamento de arquivos? Alta. Qual é o seu nível de instruções? Mestrado ou superância? Claro. Você tem um histórico de atividades criminosas? Não. Jamais. Tá, vamos lá pra minha entrevista de emprego, velho. Fui 100% honesto no meu currículo.
Welcome to Ryujin Industries. Can I help you? You must be one of the candidates that Imogen Salzo is interviewing today. Her office is down the hallway to my left. Take another left at the conference room, follow it around to the right and up a small flight of stairs. Then take a left and keep heading that way until you see her office. Sounds like a maze, right? So if you want me to walk you back there or have any questions, just let me know. And hopefully I have some... Between you and me, I think Imogen is about done with the whole process. I heard the hiring algorithm Yuko made approved all applicants. And of course Yuko bailed when interview time hit. It's technically her job. And Imogen is furious. Imogen Salzo is my idol. She's ruthless, but still knows how to behave around everyday people, if you know what I mean. She's probably next in line to take over for Ularu Chen, head of operations here, which would be a godsend considering Chen has no filter and loves to speak her mind. No one loves brutal honesty that much. Oh wow, you're serious? Well, Ryujin is the tech industry leader in the settled systems, mostly known for neuroamps, which exploded on the scene about 15 years ago. Other than that, our products include operating systems, security, various quality of life improvements for the home. We're like a full package. If you really want more info, I'd recommend reading up at one of the kiosks. Good. That's not keep Imogen waiting. Of course, follow me. This current floor we're on is the main operations level. It's where the grunt work happens for this department. Research, data entry, more busy work than you can stand. Most of the people here are technicians that report to Yuko.
I suspect that if I were confined to life in an office like this, someone would end up being stuck.
Caralho. Que isso, minha filha?
My next assignment can't start soon enough.
There's
And
always work to be
here
done.
we are.
Pace yourself.
Good luck in there.
Make it a fast one.
I'll probably see you on your way
You're
out.
more prepared than the last one. Have a seat. And your friend can wait outside.
I'm sure they understand. All right, just to get a few things straight here. I'm Imogen Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist here at Ryujin Industries. I
Peraí, minha filha.
don't normally do this, but my counterpart Yuko is indisposed at the moment, so here I am.
Porra.
We're looking for someone to fill an entry-level administrative position. Apparently our algorithm felt you were a decent match. So let's get this started. Why do you want to work for Ryujin Industries? I'll be sure to let our marketing team know their phrases are catching on. But I hope that's your sense of humor showing. Not to say we don't have our share of self-important attitudes here. In fact, you'd fit right in where some are concerned. But, moving on, why do you consider yourself qualified for a job like this? Including this job? The art of the deal can go a long way here. If what you say is true, you'll have department heads fighting over you in no time. How motivated are you to succeed? All in, huh? At least that's an attitude we can work with here.
Ok.
And finally, my last question. If you worked here for 5 years, what role would you see yourself in? Well, you've certainly come to the right place for that. Considering your education, I'm sure you could reasonably find a place in that department. So look, since there's a million other things I'd rather be doing than this, not to mention that this isn't even my job, you're hired. On a probationary period, of course. First order. There's a meeting starting soon, and I need you to pick up the coffee order at Terra Brew. Fairly easy, so you shouldn't be able to screw it up.
Pô, pior que eu tô
If there's a
gostando.
line, skip it. Tell them you're here for Imogen Salzo, and you should get served right away.
Ok. Vou virar a menina do cafezinho então, né? Beleza. Tá bom, vamos lá.
I'm a little busy right now.
Putz. Pior que esse é o tipo de coisa que eu esperava no Cyberpunk, que não teve. Esse tipo de missão aqui. Aquela de uma da gangue que eu fiz ali foi mó da hora de fazer e... é uma parada que eu queria que tivesse. É na frente. Obrigado.
I don't qualify. Danger?
Hello. Hi. Hi there. Welcome to...
Oh, the Ryujin order. You must be new. What happened to Tomo? Did he finally get that promotion?
I got fired is what happened. And this
Caralho.
is the soulless suit they got to replace me.
Tomo, I'm sorry. I know how hard you were working for that promotion.
4 years behind a desk, getting coffee, kissing up to that high and mighty Ryujin just to get replaced by this nobody?
Ih, o cara ficou doido.
You don't even know your own boss's boss? Ularu is Ryujin's head of operations, or resident shark, if you ask me. If she smells blood in the water, you're dead. Like, who knows? I looked at someone wrong, the coffee wasn't hot. They didn't even have the decency to tell me. They just had security escort me out of the building, like some criminal. Yeah, I bet you are. No one's ever sorry in this business. And now that I've been terminated, it's only a matter of time before they send you after me. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. Believe me, it's either you or me.
I believe you have grossly misunderstood the situation.
If you put the gun down,
Ela
perhaps we
puxou
can
a
come
arma
to an
mesmo.
understanding.
You don't just get to learn all the ins and outs of Ryujin operations and then just walk away. Even worse, I got fired. They don't let that kind of knowledge run around in the head of disgruntled employees. It's just a matter of time before they send you after me. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. You want to talk? I'll tell you what. You get one chance to prove
sei
you
lá, eu não
deserve
tô
this
muito
job.
lá no hype pra jogar
Change
isso aí,
my
não.
mind and I'll walk away. Fail, and I think you know where this is headed.
Não, acho que não.
You act like you're better than me. You're not. It can't be helped. I have no choice here. Look, at some point, Ular really will send you after me. Just promise me you'll remember this. That when I came after you, I gave you the chance to talk me down. Let's just say Ryujin doesn't like loose ends. Chen fired me, and now she's gonna see me as a liability. And that's why it's just a matter of time.
Mas mais pra frente eu pego pra jogar, sei lá, mas por enquanto
When we do,
vai pra mesma prateleira onde tá Atomic
I
Heart.
listen to you. You're either one of the few good people in Neon, or you already know a thing or two about leverage. Just don't make me regret this.
Hey, no worries on anyone calling security here. Take it from me, Ryujin will handle any drama that may come from this. You'll want to be sure to report it to them. Tomo had been Ryujin's errand boy for some time now. Lots of ambition. Dying to get up that food chain, if you know what I mean. He always seemed really nice, so a stunt like that? I never saw it coming. Ryujin has connections everywhere. Even Benjamin Bayou. You know, the very man that runs Neon. They're practically untouchable around here. Just getting in with them, you're setting yourself up for life. Well, provided you don't get fired first, of course. Are you serious? That's the most excitement I've had in months.
Caralho.
I feel like I should be thanking you. Yes, of course. Here it is. Oh, and please let Mr. Cho know that we did have the recommended maintenance done. I triple-checked the grind myself, and a mistake like that will never happen again.
I wanted to thank you for giving me the chance to work with you. I know we met under unusual circumstances. You seem to be acclimating well to Constellation. Are you enjoying working with them? I think none of us were expecting what we have found. Well, perhaps Mateo. You have certainly become a vital part of the
Pô, mas
organization.
eu tava bem
That is a
hypado
credit
ele quando ele
to
foi
your
anunciado e tal.
If I
Mas
may,
depois que eu joguei a
from
demo,
what you
tipo,
have seen, do you
sei lá.
think I fit in well with the rest of Constellation? I cannot tell if that is a compliment or an attempt to avoid the question.
o jogo não
I
é
will
ruim,
assume the
mas
former.
é meio
I have a
estranho.
very
Sei
different
lá.
background from the rest of Constellation. I carry myself differently. I worry that some of the others are unable to see past this. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death. Yes, exactly. I survived. That was the only goal. For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept.
Pô, parada nada a ver, tá?
Others here
Eu vi lá
have
que o
seen
Until Dawn E o
But
Infamous
for my
Second Son
noble
roda 60
causes,
FPS no Play 5, né?
Vladimir is the only one here
bom
who can
demais.
begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group
Que eu
to
queria que
include
rodasse
me.
60 e não roda,
I
tirando o Bloodborne,
lack
óbvio, né?
his charm.
Era o
He
The
puts
Last
others at
Guardian,
ease.
velho. Se eu não me engano, tem
I
como
feel
você
my
fazer, né?
presence does the
É só você
opposite.
comprar a versão de mídia física e não atualizar, né? E tem como rodar 60. Talvez eu faça isso.
It's strange. I admit it has never been an issue before now. I know this seems trivial.
Se eu não me engano, se você jogar sem atualizar, ele vai rodar 60, porque o FPS era desbloqueado. Tem que pesquisar sobre isso, mas se for isso mesmo, vou ver se eu cato a mídia física dele, até pra ter mesmo, né, The Last Guardian. Esse é um que eu queria ter, mídia
By a
física.
group I wish to be a
Shadow of
part of.
Colossus também, outro que
Does
eu...
that make
Jogos do
sense?
Ueda eu quero ter. Tudo bem, quer dizer, o remake não é bem do Ueda, né, no caso, mas... Entendeu?
Thank you. That is reassuring. Discussing these things is
O plano é
challenging
tentar
for
ver
me.
se eu pego na Black Fraud, mas...
I hope now
Se eu
you
ver que vai
can
ficar
better
num preço
understand
bacana
why
aí
I
no
wanted
Prime
to
Day,
keep
talvez
the
eu cate no
circumstances
Prime
of our
Day.
meeting quiet.
Mas acho que já tá ficando num
I
preço
wanted to
bacana
thank you
por
for
agora
not
já.
saying anything to Vladimir.
Eu vi lá no Magalu,
You said you were
acho que
considering
3 e
it,
alguma
and
coisa.
I appreciate that you decided against it. I do not wish to be seen as a source of violence and nothing else. Indeed it was. And now I hope you can see why. Thank you.
Porque assim, eu não tô querendo pegar no cartão, tá ligado? Eu tô querendo
It is good to know
ver
that
se eu
at
já
least
quito
one
esse negócio de
member
uma
of
vez.
Constellation understands me.
Mas se aparecer por um preço muito da hora por agora, a gente sabe como Black Fraud é no Brasil, né? Pode ser que chega lá e ele fique mais caro do que tá agora, né? Os caras sabem que tem ferramenta que monitora o preço e que dá pra poder ver a flutuação e mesmo assim faz essas palhaçadas. Porque ele sabe que o grande público não olha essas paradas, então pra ele se foda. Prime Day é no dia 11 ou pro dia 12, uma parada assim. Vamos ver. O bom é que na Amazon não tem juros, né? Então, tipo, se eu dividir, mesmo se eu dividir lá, né? Porque eu não vou estar com a grana toda pra pagar por agora, vai estar de boa. Não vai sumir. Tipo, sei lá, se ele aparecer por uns 3 e... Sei lá, 3.600, 3.700, eu acho que eu cato. Vamos ver. Eu não acho que vai aparecer... Porque eu acho que na Amazon eu nunca vi por esse valor. Não sei nem se já ficou no passado já, né? Alguma super promoção.
I hope that coffee is still hot considering the time it took you to get it. You either need to learn this city or how to deal with distractions. So, what was the holdup?
Pergunta pessoal, não vai se repetir.
Personal. Huh. I suppose that's one way to put it. I know that Tomo Higashi, an ex-employee of ours, accosted you at the Terra Brew, and before you get any ideas, no, the barista didn't sell you out. Ryujin has enough connections in Neon that an incident like this would never slip by. Deception aside, some of us are impressed by how you handled the situation and would like to try you out in a different role at the company. And since Yuko isn't here to object, your new position starts right now. So, congratulations, you've been promoted. Not bad for your first day, right?
You were right to talk the situation through, rather than letting it escalate.
Let me explain. I'm promoting you to junior operative. The position is a bit more complicated and completely confidential. Your main duty is to add influence when necessary to ensure success of the business. Any questions so far? In any case where a threat to success is established, one of us is sent out to create a more desired outcome. This may be through a conversation or presenting some new information. It's all very situational, as you'll soon see. Well, it depends on the job, really. If someone can't be persuaded with words, perhaps a more
Caralho.
forceful approach is necessary. You're basically removing obstacles from the equation. Like any good corporation, we consider what we do here to be a trade secret. If others knew and could mimic our actions, it would take away our edge. Really? Well, this transition may be easier than I thought. Now, let's get that coffee delivered. I'll gladly take mine. And since Yuko's still a no-show, feel free to keep hers. The other recipients are eagerly waiting for you in the conference room.
Ah, hello.
Make it quick. I have a deadline.
Ah, coffee. You'd think we'd want to support our own subsidiary and get tranquility more often, but Terra Brew it is. For the past 5 years, Tranquility is a recent acquisition and we've only just begun to develop the brand. You may have seen how several vendors carry the product now. Terra Brew would be a substantial purchase, but we fully intend to develop the Tranquility brand. Current projections are set to surpass Terra Brew within the next 5 years. Tea talk aside, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lyndon Calderi, Chief Financial Officer. I'll be the one deducting expenses from your pay every time you manage to screw up, which hopefully won't be often. Yes, mistakes are often costly and involve substantial cleanup, both literally and figuratively. Law enforcement, witnesses, evidence, everything has its cost. We'll see. We've yet to have an operative with a perfect record. This introduction was not annoying. I hope our future encounters are as productive.
Okay.
Just what I needed. Imogene said she hired someone new. I'm Genevieve, Head of Marketing and Public Relations. Likewise. Anyway, it's good to put a face to the new operative. The only question now is how much work are you going to be? Yeah, that's what they all say. Just know that one screw up for you means a lot of overtime and sleepless nights for me and my team. So, any precautions you can take will be greatly appreciated.
Okay.
Coffee, finally. Well, let's have a look at you. Sounds like something my son would say. And no, I don't mean that as a compliment. I'm Alexis Price, head of the legal department here, and I'll be direct. Any legal troubles you cause as an operative, witnesses, getting arrested, are my troubles. So steer clear of law enforcement. We may have connections with Administrator Bayou and the Freestar Rangers, but they aren't the ones I prefer to abuse. For one, our connections with Bayou automatically grant us a slight connection with the Rangers. He has some amount of influence with his seat on the Council of Governors. But our strongest connection is local, with Ranger Price. Yes, you have quite the history with the Freestar Rangers yourself, which is why I hope you won't be an issue. Good. Then we should get along just fine.
Pô, gente boa, tá aí, ó.
So, fetching coffee 1 minute and junior operative the next. Gamden Cho, supply chain manager for Ryujin. We won't work together much, but as part of the same department, hopefully I'll be seeing you around. Ah, so she remembered. Not that I expect much out of Terra Brew Coffee, but hey, I suspected their grinder was on its last leg.
Anyway, welcome to the team. Oh, and just a heads up, people in your position don't typically see the brighter side of Ryujin Industries. But rest assured, this is a great company, and the work we do goes toward benefiting millions. Sometimes it takes drastic measures to ensure we can deliver the best products possible. Of course, you'll be forming your own opinions as you go. Just keep an open mind. Oh, and thanks for the coffee.
I hope you enjoyed your little meet and greet. I thought you'd like to know the execs who you'll be impacting while on the job. I can only imagine. Now that you've met a few of the execs, let's get you started. We've reason to believe that our friends at KeltCorp are trying to hack into our R&D server, since we're both competing for a contract right now. Hardly. This is the standard run-of-the-mill tactic we've come to expect from them. We can't allow them to win the contract, nor can we allow the action to go unpunished. I'll be giving you a data slate with a file that you'll need to upload through one of their computers. That's up for you to determine. Think of it as the creative aspect of your job. There's always more than one way to get a job done around here. Think of it as a lesson that KeltCorp gets to learn the hard way. Remember, this is confidential. We can't have anyone at KeltCorp getting suspicious. When all is said and done, it should be as if you were never there. Here's the data slate. Good luck.
Ok. Tem uns pontinhos aí para distribuir. Deixa eu ver o que mais aqui. Destruir nave pra caramba. Ver o que mais aqui. Realize 10 ataques, tem que realizar mais. Tá, vou deixar ali pra eu gastar depois, né? Eu não tenho nenhuma arma com silenciador. Ah, esse aqui tem silenciador, velho. Essa aqui também tem. Vou botar uma... Ocupar corpo aqui, talvez. Tá, vambora, velho. Lugar errado. Merda, viu? Sabe que é rápido pra caramba isso aqui.
kept pestering me about this damn missing slate. Like security's got time to track something like that down.
I do not know about you, but I am starting to suspect that Benjamin Bay clearly the intent.
Atualizou alguma missão aqui, o que é?
This to get us into the Astral Lounge. Shall we follow the signs? Did you need something? So... Yes. Bye.
What do you want to do for the break later?
I don't know, but I gotta get out of here. It's been non-stop interruptions since this morning, and I'm not spending enough break in my...
Ninguém viu. Porra, mas aí os caras são burros também, né, mano? Fazer o quê, né? Não tem os caras são burros pra caralho, né? Tá. Pode tentar hackear a trava de nível mestre. Nice. Agora sim.
I've got a deadline coming.
Ei, ninguém viu. Ninguém viu fazer nada, só entramos ali e é nós.
Just one quiet day.
Pô, bom demais. Vai pegar semana que vem, né? Que você falou? Ou essa semana, sei lá. Aí tu pode ficar de boa que... Agora tu no... Né, vou pegar a quarta. Ô, bravo, mano. Espero que dê tudo certo aí. Fênix pegou lá a 40-60 dele. Espero conseguir pegar a minha 70 em novembro, velho. Espero que entre num valor que cabe no bolso.
Well, look who survived their first assignment. How'd it go? Anything to report?
It's anxiety-inducing.
I know it's
A fair question. We may have plenty of eyes and ears out there, but I'm still going to need an answer. Not a single setback. Huh. I knew you were going to be perfect for this job. If you recall, setbacks mean a lot of things for a lot of people. Payoffs, cover stories, cleanup crews. You get my drift. The cleaner your
A
work, the
6750
more
XT
intact
é
your
melhor também,
payments
de qualquer
stay.
forma. Ela bate
Sure you understand.
muitas vezes na 4060 Ti, né? E não tem o problema de VRAM que ela tem. VRAM não, né? De Da interface, né? Da bus interface. Quer dizer, não que eu saiba, pelo menos.
Exactly. In the meantime, I'll make sure that slate is properly disposed of. So, now that we know you're capable of handling some light cyber mischief, let's try your hand at a little framing.
Ah, com certeza, né?
One of our subsidiaries, Arboron, is currently competing for a contract against Laredo. Now, the buyer likes to keep their associations clean, and will be sending a representative to Laredo in Aquila City for an evaluation. We just need you to visit their office first and accidentally leave behind some incriminating evidence against their company.
Na moral, esse tipo de missão tinha que ter no Cyberbomba, cara.
We want a clean and careful job. Obviously, we don't want any bad press at this point, or we could lose the deal. I don't want to hear any news about bounties or bodies coming out of Aquila City. The inspection will be similar to an audit. These things are usually pretty thorough. Filing cabinets, desks. I trust you can be smart about it. Good. This one should be easy to pull off. Laredo has their own building, unlike Keltcorp. So at least there's only a single layer of security.
Acho que não foi esse que o Guega pegou, não? Acho que foi esse que ele pegou, né?
We need you to plant. It holds confidential files that'll cast the perfect negative light on our friends at Laredo. Now, get going.
Porra, potente, mano. Eu, um dia, quando eu tiver dinheiro e precisar fazer um upgrade, quero pegar um X3Dzão bolado, cara. Eles batem até no 7600 dos Ryzen 5 aí. Só que é caro pra caralho, mas são potentes os bichos, mano. Se achar por um valor que cabe no bolso, vale a pena o upgrade. Porque, bom, eu não tenho muito pra onde ir, né, na plataforma agora, né? Eu tenho que encontrar algo dentro da série 5000. Vamos ver se a gente vai pra Aquila agora. Vamos lá. Ah, mano, é só mandar pra casa do Guaga que passa tudo, mano. Se tu manda pra casa do Guaga, passa tudo. Minha placa mãe, processador e memória só não foi taxado por causa disso.
Stay out of trouble.
Pô, aí sim. As minhas chegou com um pouquinho de atraso, porque o cartão que eu tinha comprado não tinha mais limite. Eu tive que esperar um pouco pra comprar a memória. Ah, sim, a galera, os caras estão ensinando lá pra galera do Brasil não... pra poder burlar as taxas, né? Os caras são ninja, filho. Os caras sabem que brasileiro compra pra caralho, né? Deve ser a maior fonte de muitos deles lá. Então... eles vão querer ajudar os Brazilians. Se for significar mais venda pra eles, se liga.
Stay in orbit. Jump.
O bom demais, velho. E aí, Matheus, tranquilo? Olha o Vascão ali, mano. O Vascão tá bugado. Ah, é muito bom o Vascão bugado, cara. Nem é bug, isso aí pra mim é feature, cara. O Vascão bugado ali na parte de cima da nave, pra mim virou feature já. Ah, é, tem a parada do contrabando, né? Pera aí. Vou salvar aqui, né? Porque vai que, né? Vai que não passa. O que tá sendo foda também é os caras tá achando algumas vezes bagulho que é abaixo de 50, cara. Tipo o fone do Dova. Ai, não acha. Puta merda. Acharam. Não, calma aí. Foi mal, pô. Calma aí. Achei, pô. Pera aí. O fone do Dova, tipo, na teoria não dá nem, acho que $40, tá ligado? Vou jogar em qualquer... Se pá, eu deixo lá no chão de Áquila de novo e... Até eu... Se eu salvar aqui... Droga! Vai de novo.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
Aê, então dá pra salvar bem em cima. Beleza, bom saber que eu posso salvar bem em cima. Pô, bom demais, hein, mano. Eu não tenho plano de zerar isso aqui tão cedo. Ainda mais essa semana que eu vou acabar não jogando muito de qualquer forma. Deixa eu pegar umas paradas aqui na nave. Eu vou deixar a parada aqui no chão de Áquila de novo. Aí depois eu pego, velho. Até achar um lugar pra vender, fica aí.
Keep your nose clean. The last thing I want is to charge you.
Mas ainda mais essa semana que eu provavelmente não vou conseguir jogar muito ele, porque amanhã tem MK. Quinta-feira tem Resident Evil. Final de semana eu quero continuar o Yakuza, então essa semana provavelmente eu vou jogar pouco.
So we had to
We
clean up
want to steer clear of the stretch. Lots of
Why don't we just
crime.
do that? It's not like it gets much use.
It stinks.
But you know, stretch trash will come back and annoy me.
E o cara tá me vendo.
Worse.
Let them. A few beer bottles and graffiti is the least of them.
Yes, ma'am.
e essa habilidade de ficar invisível aí, velho? Pô, vou ter que matar esse cara, velho.
CS floor is downstairs.
Por que o cara é burro, mano? Ainda bem que o cara é burro, velho.
Just here for security.
Are you that newcomer who saved Mr. Crowley?
O MK1 eu acho que eu consigo terminar amanhã mesmo. Agora o Resident Evil eu já não sei, né? Porque assim... no máximo na sexta eu já devo conseguir zerar a DLC, mas... eu não sei qual que é a duração. Essa missão aqui é da Ryujin. Eu não sei qual que é a duração do como vai ser o Rê, né? Qualquer coisa já terminou na quinta mesmo, mas sei lá, né? Qualquer coisa...
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Jogo na sexta. E tem Payday pra jogar essa semana também. Chegou o key dele, tem que jogar. Tá até baixado. Jamais aguento ficar longe, querido. Inclusive, cadê você? Cadê você, essa bunda sua aí, mano? Postei foto de você lá no Twitter.
The two of us make quite the pair, eh? You can tell me anything. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. I wouldn't trade my life with you for anything else in the universe. If it keeps us close, then I'll gladly say those words every time you ask.
Alô, então. Vambora. Não, ó, apertei o botão errado, velho. Porra. Volta, volta.
Ship's good. Welcome, welcome. Let's go. Stable orbit achieved. I could stay here forever. Well, for a while anyway.
Tô vendo aqui onde que eu vou colocar aqui na minha mesa, onde que eu vou colocar o suporte para headset, cara. Talvez eu tenha que arrastar a TV um pouco pra cá, pra esquerda, pra direita no caso. Eu só fiz da Freestar, essa é a segunda.
I was hoping you'd show up soon. Is it done? If you've got some morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you. And the truth is, in this industry, this is about as fair as it gets. Laredo is far from squeaky clean, and believe me, we've got our own eyes out for their moves as well. Now, I think it's time to examine a different set of skills. It's a decent start, but we'll see. Your next assignment is to find a security chief and use some creative thinking to obtain their security keycard. And when I say creative, I don't mean with a weapon. Either look the part and be persuasive, or be quick with your hands. A security chief isn't going to give the time of day to just anybody. A nice suit should do the trick. Or, who knows, some operatives are known to have a security guard uniform or two in their closet they can rely on. Just be careful. Getting caught could mean a mess, and cleanup isn't cheap. No corporation wears murder well around here. We may take some extreme measures, but the less mess, the better. Now, if you need to find yourself a hobby outside of work, to do that, feel free. Just don't let anyone here know about it. I'm sure you'll be able to get that keycard without incident. Just remember, if anything does happen, it's up to you to bail yourself out.
Make it quick. I have a deadline.
Essa roupa que eu tô usando já considera. Então, ok. Nossa.
I think I got them.
Eu devia ter colocado pra poder ir direto pra cabine.
orbit locked. Look at that. In one instant,
You are entering United Colonies space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. And we're done. Enjoy Gagarin.
O cara, ó, fazendo merda. Acho que vai ser a primeira vez que eu vou pousar no lugar desse planeta que não seja Nova Atlântida.
Let's put this bird on the ground.
Esse aqui é o planeta de Nova Atlântida, não é? Não tô enganado?
Hello, Captain.
Deixa eu ver. Não, não é esse não. Não é, confundi, não é esse não. Tem nada a ver. Eu vi o nome ali e já vi que tava errado.
Net construction is a dead industry, Chief Pretorius. Those jobs aren't coming back. But Reliant Medical, Arcanite, and Satori Mills are dedicated.
You need help with something?
We were just hoping Gagarin could show the same dedication in return.
I'm not close enough to see.
Sure. Let me just get right on that.
Our investor visits are the key to making Gagarin a place that works again. A place
Still,
where
I'm not handing over this card without good reason. So, start talking.
Just fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have.
I thought I made myself clear. I'm not giving you my card. What did I do to deserve this? Don't get ahead of yourself. I never agreed to anything. You're welcome to try to wear me down. Just get out of here before I decide.
I hope whatever you took is worth the risk.
Mestre, rapaz. O homem é o mestre. Tá, vamos subir então, vai. O meu mestre pickpocketeiro, mano. O cara é foda. Vambora, vai.
Liftoff looks good. All systems nominal. Looks peaceful from up here, doesn't it? Switching over to standard engines.
This is Freestar Space. Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband. Scan complete.
O cara falando pra entregar um remaster de Infamous na mão da Sony.
cause any trouble?
Então. Ok. Entregar na mão da própria dona da franquia, da desenvolvedora da franquia, pra quê, né? Da própria criadora.
Hey there. Got that key card for me? Well, you work here, don't you? So, yeah, you probably would. I think of security the same way too, but don't let Dalton know I said that. Overall, not bad for a novice. I think you're ready to kick things up a notch, and your timing couldn't be better. We'll soon find out, won't we? This next assignment requires a bit more discretion for 2 reasons. First, you'll be dealing with high-level executives, and second, you'll be in the Astra Lounge here in Neon.
I suspect a great many things could occur in the Astral Lounge without anyone taking notice.
If you haven't already heard the name Benjamin Bayou, you'd better get familiar. The man runs Neon and has ties to anything significant here, including Ryujin. The trade tower is his baby, and the Astra Lounge is the heart and soul. You do anything to scar that and make a scene, I guarantee it'll come back to haunt us. I thought that might spark interest. Our techs failed to uncover a potential deal between Infinity Ltd and Quantum Synergies. Your job is to make sure that deal fails. It's already been taken care of. All you need to worry about is the job at hand. You'll be speaking with Quantum Synergy's Executive Director Zola Adisa and their Financial Manager Arthur Cruz. I'll be giving you a dossier on both. I strongly suggest you read them for talking points. I suppose I can give you a brief rundown. We'll start with Zola. Zola is a born and bred executive. It runs in the family, so she's highly accustomed to an upper-class lifestyle. She's a narcissist who's also obsessed with public perception, both of her and Quantum Synergies. She wants to be associated with the latest and greatest, so she's drawn to innovation and quality. She's considered it, but she's next in line to be CEO over at Quantum. If she came here, she'd have to deal with stiff competition. As for her talking points, the key things to remember are, Infinity is the cheap version of Ryujin. They're a follower, not a leader, and they lack any sense of clear vision. Infinity has struggled with leadership and turnover for a long time now. Lucas Drexler is probably the 5th CEO they've had in the past few years. Plus, it's hard to keep good employees when much better corporations who will pay more are out there. Just remember, you can refer to the dossier at any time as a refresher. Now, on to Arthur Cruz. Arthur is a self-made man, and he prides himself on that. He's a full package, having both an extremely good knack for numbers and knowing how to talk to people. As Quantum Synergy's financial manager, he's all about driving profit with as little risk as possible. He makes decisions based on facts and heavily researched trends. It sounds like the two of you could really hit it off. Arthur's a great talker, but even the best can lose an audience when finance is the topic. Talking points for Arthur are aimed at steering him toward Ryujin over Infinity Ltd. Ryujin's profits are 25.7% higher than Infinity's, even with a superior quality product. Infinity's profits are fabricated. They're one audit away from ruin. We have a history of being financially secure that's never wavered, and we have the legal and marketing teams to handle anything that might threaten that. Quantum Synergies is the top name in ship OS. Their reputation has allowed them to keep the best engineers on their payroll. We can't deny that working with them would be beneficial for us, and Arthur is our best bet in making that happen. Besides, an open collaboration gives us easier access to information we'd otherwise have to find a more clever means of discovering. Sounds like you're ready then. I'd still highly recommend reading the dossiers, though. Sometimes bullet-pointed statements can stick out in minds easier than conversation. Exactly. Those lines are most likely to sway Zola and Arthur away from Infinity, not to mention give them a gentle nudge in our direction. The Infinity Ltd rep is Nina Hart. I'll also be giving you an altered version of her presentation to swap out with the original. We've changed several figures, just enough to cause sufficient confusion throughout their meeting. Whenever executives are faced with numbers that don't properly match up, any faith they may have had will falter. Finally, I recommend dressing appropriately, so I've taken the liberty of having a suit made for you. We need absolute discretion on this one. I don't want any SSNN broadcasts about murder in the Astral Lounge. Got it? Just don't let that confidence give you a false sense of security. And remember, no incidents.
Ok. Tá, vamos ver aqui. Primeiro... Lançamento marcante. Diretor financeiro aposentada. Inception Technologies e... Irmã, Relações Públicas. Ah, pera aí. E vou roubar. Eu vou tirar um print disso aqui. Aí fica fácil de eu acessar aqui se eu quiser. Abre aqui. Beleza. E deixa aqui do lado. Nice. E aí do Arthur, foda-se aí, né? Pronto. Eu não queria equipar, eu queria abrir o item, né? Mas ok. Opcional, leia os dossiês, mas eu li os dossiês já, jogo. Vou ter que ler de novo pra você considerar? Mano, você tem que se vestir a caráter também, vai. Vem cá.
What did you need? What have you got for me?
Vou trocar sua roupinha por enquanto. Depois eu te dou a sua de novo. Tá, uma roupa de corpo pra você. Não, pera aí.
Did you need...
Eu não passei a roupa pra ela?
If I can take...
Until next time.
Nossa, ela ficou bem esquisitinha nessa roupa. Mas pronto, agora vamos lá. Ué, Andressa, vamos, filha. Bugou aí, foi, querida? Não. Ah, tinha dado uma bugadinha, agora. Agora ela veio. O cara.
There a lot, right? In space.
Your abilities are truly amazing.
Vamos falar com a mulher primeiro, velho.
Someone came dressed to impress. Here on business, or just out to escape? Ah, same here. Nothing like a business trip paid in full, especially when there's good downtime. That would be Infinity Ltd. Risky, you say? By all means, enlighten me. Cheap is a word quantum synergy should never be associated with. I believed our team had thoroughly researched Infinity, but your comment gives me pause. True. Stability is a much-needed quality. Our hope is that with our guidance, Drexler will create the stability Infinity needs. But now I realize that is a bit of a gamble. A surprising conversation, and one I would never expect from someone such as yourself. I suppose the old saying, never judge a book by its cover, is appropriate here. It seems I have quite a bit to reconsider now. So it looks like the pleasure aspect of my trip needs to be postponed. Thank you for the insight.
Ok. Foi fácil.
Yeah. Take it easy.
Agora vamos lá falar com o outro cara, velho.
All these years, and Bayou hasn't let this place slip a single notch. The man knows how to run a business. Ain't that the truth? And especially so for business meetings. You want to impress a client? The Astro Lounge is the place to do it. Tell me, you don't happen to work for Infinity Ltd, do you? Got something against Infinity, I take it. I'd love to hear your reasons why. That's an awfully big claim to make. You'd have to have some inside details on their operation. However, it does match some of my own research that I've been conducting into their finances. Aren't you the resourceful one? That number tracks with the insider details I've been getting. Interesting. Look, it was nice meeting you, and I quite enjoyed our little talk. But it sounds like I need to take another look at some data before I head into this presentation of theirs. See you around, and maybe next time I'll be doing business with you.
Ok. Foi bom lá de ler os dossiês lá e falar com a mulher.
Hope you can succeed at that before we are discovered.
Eu também espero. Deu bom. Obrigado. Pô, pior que eu tô gostando dessas missões aqui.
Don't go causing trouble. I don't like the look of you.
You don't want to pick a fight with me. Not sure if those are you.
Bora.
I hope you have some good news for me. Well, that wasn't too bad, was it? You're a natural, and I'm not just saying that because I hired you. The Astra Lounge can be overwhelming for some, with all its bells and whistles. Tie that in with manipulating people who are the equivalent of their boss's boss, most junior-level ops would start to show their cracks. Overall, not bad for your first high-profile assignment. You even earned yourself a bonus, which Lyndon was more than happy to give.
It is good that our restraint is appreciated.
Only as common as the flawless assignments you pull off. No one wants to clean up a mess. It takes a toll on several departments, which is why we like to promote a clean assignment. Don't tell me you forgot already. Our financial guru? They're brilliant with numbers. Also, if you ever want an honest opinion about anything, just ask them. They're honest to a fault, and often give their opinion on something whether you want it or not. I like to recommend something fun or shiny and new. You never know when life will take a turn, especially in this line of work. But no rest for the weary at Ryujin. We've got a decent backlog of assignments, and they just keep coming, so I hope you're still good to go. At least this next one will be a break from all the chatter.
Boa.
Your next assignment is to remind the competitor of their place in the corporate food chain. Some call it retaliation, but we like to think of it as tough love. Let's just say we don't tolerate theft or smear campaigns against us. If you want to steal in this industry, you better not get caught. And if you want to tarnish our good name, you better be ready for repercussions. Not quite. When you uploaded that virus onto KeltCorp's network, that was a warning intended to slow down their internal productivity. KeltCorp suffered the effects of that silently, although I guarantee they endured some serious client complaints. This assignment is about making our target look completely negligent in the public eye. Most corporations live and die by public perception. Trusted products lead to a good reputation, which leads to profits. And, like it or not, we're all here for the profits. Your assignment is to plant an ARC device. The ARC will allow us to frame our competitor for gross negligence and tank the public's perception. ARC stands for Assault, Reprogram, Corrupt. We think of it as a multi-tool of sorts. The ARC locates hard wiring and manipulates the information current being sent back and forth. Depending on the situation, it's designed to do all sorts of things, but inevitably, they all result in malfunction. Good. All you need to do is plant the ARC on the service panel of your target. We can handle the rest from here. Do your best to make sure you aren't seen. The key is to make this look like a malfunction. And good luck. Keep it up, and you'll probably have my job soon.
Ah, então vambora. Ó, entrei no lugar errado.
I'm a little busy right now.
Ah, ok. Então a gente vai pegar a nave, né? Agora que eu vi.
Got a problem?
Even when I see it with my own eyes, it is still hard to believe.
Talvez eu esqueça de ir direto pra cabine pra poupar tempo.
What is it? Right. I'm here for you, my love.
Tá, vambora.
Ready for takeoff in 3, 2,
1. Orbital insertion completed.
Ali.
jump complete. Just for fun.
Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband.
Dado roubo.
Scan complete. You're clear to land.
Vamos pousar, mas... Ok.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Vai ser na empresa que a gente fez a missão lá.
Keep an eye on your valuables. If you can't
A fair amount of business runs through Hopetown, and from what I understand, most of it is legal.
never liked Hope-Tech ships. Though I suppose that is hardly the point of them.
Yes, what?
Por baixo? Aqui não vai ter como, aqui não vai dar pra passar, não. Ué, por baixo? Não é aqui? Ué, não entendi. Pera aí, deixa eu alterar essa câmera aqui, velho. Talvez era lá e eu fiz merda, né? Pera aí, deixa eu dar o loadzinho aqui. Ainda mais que eu salvei ele mesmo. Deixa eu ver aqui rapidinho. Porra, aí é foda, né? Falei errado pra caralho também, né? Nossa. Aí também não, né, pô? Acho que realmente não dá pra pôr aqui, não. Mas como que eu vou botar aquilo ali, velho, então? Ah, é do lado de dentro. Ok. Como é que eu faço pra entrar? Tá, como é que eu entro aqui dentro dessa nave gigante? Essa nave é maior que a minha, que eu já acho grande pacas, mano. Ok, aqui eu tô dentro da nave. Boa, gostei de ver, viu? Isso, o cara saiu de perto. Não, pô. O cara não viu. O importante é isso. Dá licença. Obrigado. O cara não viu. É isso que importa.
I do admire what Bayu has built for himself here.
Já matou o dono da empresa lá e agora vai sabotar ela, né? Porra, acho que já virou quase que pessoal já. Ai, ai. Pô, com duas missões de duas negócios diferentes, a gente interage com a mesma empresa, né?
Hey there. Got an update for me? Good. I'll let our techs know everything is in place. Now, on to the next, right? Oh, but before I forget, the results of your Astral Lounge escapades are in. I'm happy to say that the deal was officially called off. Masako was pretty happy about the results, so she arranged for a small bonus through Linden. It won't buy you a new ship, but it's something. I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Several other parties will be involved in that deal on a more legitimate level. And believe me, bonuses like this for operatives are few and far between. You earned it. So, back to business. In order to stay on top of the market, we have to know what our competition is doing. The next assignment requires a more brute force approach, since the chances of them sharing that information is unlikely. Correction. You are going to steal from them. Don't forget, if you get caught, Ryujin will deny all knowledge. Good. Luckily, there aren't many besides the usual. Your target is a prototype schematic for a new engine that Trident Luxury Lines is working on. According to the rumors, it's projected to be 17% more efficient than any engine on the market. The current schematic was sent to their Star Yard to begin prototyping, so they could be in the office area or the factory floor. The Star Yard is a mix of sales floor and manufacturing. If you're looking to blend in, you've definitely got options. It's not too far, in Aquila's orbit, so hopefully your ship's ready. The Trident Star Yard orbits Aquila in the Cheyenne system, so I feel bad for whoever gets to inform the executives about the theft of something so valuable. Just remember to keep things clean. The results are more satisfying that way.
Vambora. Temos que fazer essa missãozinha aqui, vai.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Trident Luxury Line.
O Homem Vasco tá ali.
I have heard much debate on whether Trident ships are overpriced. I have never flown one myself, so I cannot be sure.
It is an honor to be part of something so great.
Ok. Tá. Bom, ninguém viu a gente roubando. Show de bola. Vamos dar no pé agora, vai. Foi easy. Ah, isso aí foi legal, ir passar de 6 milhões. A ideia do jogo não é ruim, não. Primeiro, o jogo tem alguns problemas. Se corrigirem isso, dá pra sair um puta jogão. Mas antes eu quero um The Evil Within 3. Por favor.
Just the person I wanted to see. You got that schematic? We'll have our research and development team take a look. If there's anything notable, we'll reverse engineer it, then recreate it with our own spin. And believe me, by the time our engineers are through, Trident won't even recognize it. Please, you're not the type that needs to be babied. If it makes you feel better, consider it a formality. I need to deliver this to Vina so she can start the reverse engineering process, but first, Ularu wants to see you. I've upgraded your security level so you can access the executive floor, where her office is. Tell her assistant Maeve you have an appointment. I won't be far behind, in case you get lost.
Essa missão tá dando até com um dinheirinho legal. Bora pro andar executivo, então.
I think that was the single most most stressful experience of my life.
It says something, does it not? That the executives beneath them.
Can I help you? Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
Ah, tem que falar com a mulher aqui.
Name an appointment. Confirmed. Ularu is wrapping up a meeting with Genevieve. You can wait here or in the lobby area. I'll let you know when she's ready to see you. I see Imogene Salso is supposed to be with you.
I'm right here, Maeve.
Good. It should just be a moment. Well, sooner than I thought. Looks like Ularu's ready now.
You know, if they aren't willing, that leaves us with only one option.
God, Ularu, I've got
Is that
my eye
always
on
your
you.
response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
Yes, Viv, because you're too good at your job.
Mas tem umas água-viva ali, mano.
We can talk details later. My next appointment's here.
Fine, but you can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting.
Good. You're finally here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operations here at Ryujin. So tell me, what do you think of your new job so far? In that case, it sounds like our initial impression of you is turning out to be quite accurate. Now, my dear Jeannie here says you've been through the basics of what we do and pulled off success every time.
5 successful standard assignments and 1 specialized.
And on top of all that, a flawless record. It's no wonder they love you up here. I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling it.
She's the best operative I've ever hired.
Let's not forget the only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide how to handle them and what decisions to make on the fly. That's exactly the type of operative I want. Someone who doesn't take no for an answer. Your contact is Simon Ryujin. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity Ltd is working on. He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested in. So his asking price is the big thing to consider. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits. So if you have negotiation skills, use them. Negotiation it is, then. Because losing such a valuable asset is certain to have repercussions. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Simon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Simon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it?
Razor Derby is the only real sport. Yes, got it.
According to Simon Ryujin, it's the only real sport in the galaxy. But if you want a lesson in sports, just ask him. Movies are more my thing when it comes to entertainment.
Ah, então você é uma cinéfila, né?
They're a batball team that sucks. They have about as much chance of winning the Universal Championship as Aurora does of going legal outside of Neon. Simon despises batball, though, which is why he crafted that response you give in return.
Exactly.
Just get what we need. You'll find him above the Lux condos in Sidonia's Plaza.
You spoke very highly of this one, Jeannie. Let's hope she doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things
Nossa, até a
to take
voz dela tem daquelas pessoas chatas, aquelas executiva chata, sei lá, tá ligado? Escolheram perfeitamente a voz. Então vamos pra Sidônia, então.
I understand the mining jobs here can be quite lucrative if you survive.
Sidonian. Old ways. I suspect the soul system would be abandoned otherwise.
Living here? I simply cannot.
Sidonia, what a dump. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going? Only good thing worth talking about these days is sports. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year. You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Staryards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes, but that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
At least you're being open about the fact that you are gouging us. Very well. If we are not presented with a more reasonable offer, we will be left with no choice but to take the information.
I don't think Ryujin would be too happy to hear about losing one of their informants.
Well, I do not work for Ryujin, so I care little what they might think. All I care about is a fair price.
All right, I get it. You want reasonable? This is as low as I go. You're going to like it. As you may guess, being an informant is not without its risks. I've heard there's a merc in Saturn's orbit who'd like to cross my name off her list. Elai Liskova. If you take her out and bring me her gun as proof, I'll consider my fee to be waived.
And just like that, we are off to kill someone? So be it.
Ela tá nem aí, tá
You're doing
ligado?
me a tremendous favor. Just know she
Aí
won't
vai lá,
go
não,
down
mas
easily.
aí não sou eu que digo isso. Você tem que ver lá com o tio lá, que não gosta de lacração, mano.
The Datura. And like I said, you can find her in orbit around Saturn. Just remember to bring the gun back as proof.
É só ele que pode responder essa pergunta. Tá? Ok. A Saturno. Bom, eu não fui até Saturno, né?
That's about enough. State your business. That's more like it. So, tell me what you're doing here. I'll decide whether or not to strip you for salvage. I'm looking for a lot of people, and none of them are any business of yours. Oh yeah? From what? Yours the only thing around here that looks like a threat to me. So, give me one good reason why I shouldn't feed you to the void. To killing me? How about for me killing you? Huh? Don't think I couldn't take you out if I wanted to. What are you, a therapist? It's none of your business.
E a mãe tá puta.
I admit, it'd be nice to be able to relax a bit. Perhaps, but just how do you propose we manage that? Because I intend on staying very much alive. He wants the very thing that protects my life. Of course he does. He knows I would never... All right. You can have Ember. But you'll have to come aboard to get her. You have my word, you won't be harmed. For whatever that's worth.
Okay.
Got a minute to chat? Maybe a few minutes. Probably not hours, though. But no guarantees.
Green lights on outer hatch. We're docked.
Sei lá o que essa doida tá planejando fazer, tá ligado? Melhor salvar pra garantir. Safada, hein?
I'm impressed Simon managed to find someone with guts to come after me. I suppose it shouldn't surprise me that he wants Ember as proof of this. He knows I'd never part with her. We were a thing for a while. Until the coward sold me out. I'm sure he regrets it, considering I survived the attempt on my life. And now, I live to blackmail him and make his life a living hell. So if Simon told you I wanted him dead, it's a lie. I want him very much alive. And suffering. The first time Ember and I met, she was pointed right at me. And then backfired on the gloating bastard who thought he'd won. She saved my life more times
então vai salvar
than I
de
care to
novo.
remember. In my line of work, we're always in and out of the fire, if you know what I mean. Oh, will you? You really think I'd let you just waltz onto my ship and I'd hand her over? If you knew anything about me, you'd know honesty isn't my strong suit. The only truth here is that I've intended to kill you since the moment you set foot on my ship. Your ship, of course. I'd hate to risk damaging something I could easily sell.
Sabia que a mulher era melhor.
This way I can simply climb aboard to see if there's anything of value, rather than have to sift through debris. Any access cards I need, I can just take off your dead body. I'm pretty sure I've already made up my mind. Oh, I'm sure. As much as I love her, you're right. Perhaps I've acted a little too hasty. Okay, fine. You've compelled me to hold up my end of the deal after all. You get Ember, I'll disappear. Besides, I like to think of this as just a temporary arrangement. She's always found her way back to me before. Why should this time be any different? spoken like so many others in my life, and look who's still alive. You can determine what that means for yourself. I guess Simon chose wisely. For once. Now get off my ship. I've got an identity to arrange.
Pior que eu posso simplesmente pegar a arma e dar um tiro na cara dela agora se eu quiser, tá ligado? Mas não vou fazer isso. Mas eu posso, tá ligado? Se eu quiser. Tá, vambora, vai.
Will we be taking off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
Ô, cacete. Vou cair aqui, mané. Ué? Não, era pra cair lá mesmo, tá certo. Aqui eu fui lá pra parte de cima. Não precisava ter ido.
Oh, pardon me.
Docking seal released.
Be advised, you are entering United Colonies space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Careful near the railings on the upper levels.
My buddy Mitch keeps asking if I can help him out with something. I just don't have the time.
UC Mast has recovered a significant amount of gas.
Look who survived the devil herself. Well, either that or you decided to pay up. So you got a taste of her deception before you finished the job. Just imagine knowing a creature like that was after your head. I haven't slept well in weeks. We loved each other. For a time. But when you're in our line of work, relationships become the best weapon to hold against you. I betrayed her, and her brother paid the price.
Caralho, esse cara é um merda, mané.
It's not something I'm proud of.
So this was very personal. It all makes a bit more sense now.
I gave her name up to the UC in order to save my own ass. I already knew my escape route, so I thought it was harmless. I just wipe her files on the way out. I never thought they'd act on the information immediately. And Milai never forgave me. Let's hope it's finally possible. It's strange. I always imagined I'd be happy knowing she's gone. Perhaps I've been running so long now that it will just take time for the relief to set in. You know, why don't you keep that gun of hers? I think it's time I left the past behind. Yes, let's. Enough about the past. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself. Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the neuroamp business. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something big. Nice doing business with you.
Pô, doido, da hora essa arma, hein?
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what?
Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. He's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion.
Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat.
Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum.
Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech.
Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game.
Deimos. One of the earliest shipbuilders, and desperate to remain relevant.
Porra, como é que eu vou conseguir?
Sometimes I feel like these minds just run themselves. I like to think that's thanks to me.
I never had the patience for computer systems.
Tá. Ok, vamos voltar lá. Terminar já. Já dá Tarde pra caramba já. Eu trabalho cedo. Fazer o quê? Demorei um pouco pra abrir a live hoje, que tava com dor de cabeça, né? Mas... amanhã eu suavo mais cedo. Aí dá pra jogar um pouco mais.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Well, that took longer than expected.
Ah, vai, se puder, mulher.
I hope whatever information Simon had was worth it. You've got a little spark in you. I like it. Now, let's see if what Mr. Ryujin found was worth all the fuss. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see. Got the key, deciphering, and done. Well, well, well. Looks like our friend Simon wasn't joking. This is a sales initiative for Project Dominion. It's not an Infinity Ltd design. It's one of ours. They didn't even bother to scrub the name. Meaning someone never thought they'd get
Cara, tava roubando a gente.
Come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
I've got my eye on you.
Hey, Ularu? What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent her on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news. Infinity Ltd has gotten their hands on Project Dominion.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate. You see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists. If Infinity Ltd has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation. I suppose, since we're trusting you in this investigation, I can give you some details. Project Dominion is our latest advancement in neuroamp technology. Our current neuroamps are all external devices, but Project Dominion would be the first surgically implanted internal neuroamp on the market. The project itself was nearing completion, which is why exposing the mole is of utmost importance. We can't allow any more research to fall into their hands. Exactly. I want you to go see Dalton Fines, our chief security officer. I'll send him the details. You've brought an enormous security violation to our attention, so I trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may have seized this as an opportunity for extortion. It's good to know your loyalty lies with us. What is it?
10 pra nós. Caralho, esse bagulho ainda vai longe, aparentemente. Caramba, viu? Salvar aqui. Mas tá sendo da hora essas missões aqui, né? Eu tô gostando.
So much for any